And here we go. What's going on, guys? Seth Spartan, nutrition, training, and kaboom, hormone expert for Prometheus HRT. Speaking of, I've got a Prometheus cutoff on today. So, guys, I see the comments pouring in on my last video. So I realized that some of you guys are actually pretty curious onto what my injection protocol is. You know, how I already laid out the dosages, I laid out what I do per week, but that's not enough for some of you guys. And honestly, I'm glad you pointed that out, because I would love to share my injection protocol and help you guys get some of the same exact benefits. So let's go over my injection protocol. Let's start with what people want to know the most. Let's talk about testosterone, okay? So I told you guys in the last video, I'm doing about 240 milligrams of testosterone cypionate per week, okay? Right from the pharmacy, the good stuff. Having said that, how I take it, I personally, Seth Spartan, I do everyday injections. I do everyday testosterone injections, teeny amount with a 30 gauge 5/16 syringe, okay? 30 gauge 5/16. I do that in the, I do that on the lower leg, basically from the front to the outer shin. Okay, I'll show you in just a second, and I write about this in my book. You know, I've pinned all over the human body with all different size needles and gauges and everything else, what have you. And for me, I like this way better. I don't, the scar tissue buildup is minimal. I don't like pinning in my quads. I have scar tissue buildup and other things, and it screws up your striations. But that's for another video. So hang on, guys. I'm sore. I just finished training some killer biceps. So what I do, one more time, I use a 30 gauge insulin syringe 5/16, and I pin from the side to the front of the shin. I'm going to show you exactly where, because you guys, I'm sure, are super curious. So I'll show you that in a second. Okay, and I do that every single day because that's where I personally feel my best. What I would recommend to you guys and everybody, if you're looking to be the best, if you're looking to be super male, if you're looking to be the best male, I would do every other day or everyday injections, and I'll call them micro injections, because in my opinion, and I've done everything, once a week is absolutely not enough. Twice a week is absolutely not enough. And 3 times a week is good, but it's not as good as it should be. Okay, so I personally, if you're looking to maximize how good you feel, guys, do every other day or do everyday injections with an insulin syringe, either 29 gauge half-inch or 30 gauge 5/16. That's what I do, and there's a reason I do this, and I've done this. You know, this is what I've done for like the past, I don't even know, hasn't been 10 years, 9 years, 8 years, whatever it's been. What I'm going to show you now where I pin, and with CJC 1295 DAC, the bottom line is just take it. I like to take it right away in the morning because I still have melatonin in my system, or in the middle of the night. Sometimes if I haven't done it that day, then I'll take it a little later on. But you want to take it with melatonin in your system, because you'll get about up to a 50 to 80% increase in HGH release, because melatonin, I talked about this in a melatonin HGH release game changer, that video. You can look that up. But in medical studies, when they give people a growth hormone releasing peptide or growth hormone releasing hormone, they release like double. They release like 50% to double the amount of HGH with the same dosage if there's melatonin present, because melatonin basically acts as, it's like taking the governor off your car. Okay, it makes you release way more HGH. And melatonin makes you release way more HGH even at night when you're sleeping. That's a whole nother thing. I don't want to get too much into that. With IPAM, guys, take IPAM when you've been fasted for at least 4 hours. The only negative thing to ipamorelin is that it speeds up your digestive rate. If you have eaten in the last 4 hours, so you better be fasted for at least 4 hours before you take IPAM, because you still have food in your small intestine. The second you take the IPAM, it makes you It stimulates your digestive system, and the food, which is not fully digested, will be moved out of your small intestine or whatever. So you're going to be wasting your meals, wasting your protein. I eat in the middle of the night, so if you take CJC or if you take ipamorelin, you just got to make sure that you haven't eaten for 4 hours, because we want your food to get fully absorbed. Don't waste the food. And when you take the IPAM, that signals the digestive tract to move, okay? So don't take ipamorelin unless you've been fasted for 4 hours. And I would at least wait about an hour, half an hour to eat after taking it. I got to make another video on this. So I'm going to show you guys where I like to pin inject. This is in my book. I forgot the names of all this. There's 3 specific muscles I like to inject in my, it's not my calf, but my shin to outside shin. And the reason I prefer every day over every other day is because I notice a slight benefit in levels, in mood and stability. So every day is what I like to do. Otherwise, if not, I'll do every other day. But I feel my absolute best at teeny micro injections every day. And I get the most benefit from that. I get a little less benefit from every other day. I'm an extremely fast metabolizer for testosterone. I know that. My doctor knows that. So for me, I get the best bang per buck. So you guys, if you want to be at your best, every other day or every day. So now I'm going to show you where I pin, all right? But this is my injection protocol, guys. And like I said, with CJC, I'm rolling up my pant leg right now. But with CJC, guys, I like to take my CJC 1295 DAC. I like to take that, like I said, with melatonin still in my system. Okay, so I take that in the morning or right when I get back from the gym, which is still kind of morning-ish, okay? So that's the best case scenario. Otherwise, it doesn't matter when you take CJC 1295, but I would recommend for the maximum HGH release, take it with some time where there's melatonin still in your system. And if you take a big dose of melatonin, you still have some in your system, you know, up to 12 hours after you take it. Okay, that's another video. But that's my injection protocol. This is where I like pinning for every day or every other day injections. Let me show you. And what you want to do, guys, this is the best information you're ever going to hear. What you need to do, guys, is you need to take your phone flashlight and turn your phone flashlight on and look for those, because you have these little, I'm not worried about you going in a vein or artery. You have these little blood vessels that it's really easy to go through or miss when you're doing these injections, just because you're really vascular in your lower leg, calf, shin region, okay? So when you find, I'm going to show you on my leg where I inject, but what you're going to do is I always take the phone flashlight, turn it on, and then you can see the little things, and just make sure you don't go through one of these small blood vessels. Why? Just because you don't want to bleed if you don't have to, so you can have perfect injection. So use your phone flashlight to hunt down these little veins, but here I'm going to show you guys now where I inject in my my shins, or outer shin, whatever. All right, so let me show you. It's just me today. Ooh, look at those big calves. All right, so I don't have anyone with me today, so I'm going to do my best here. So, and I have these 3 muscles labeled. I have these 3 muscles labeled in my book, the exact names, but where I like to pin is, man, it's kind of hard to see. So here's your bone, right? Don't go there. So I like to pin along this big one in front, not in the veins, obviously, and if you have your flashlight on, you can see that. Micro injections, like, you know, in here. Or, let's see here. Or in anywhere along this one, again. Use your phone flashlight, you see all the little veins in here, and your shot will be completely dry if you use your phone flashlight. You won't even have a drop of blood. Or I pin, the last one is along this one. So here's the 3 muscle groups. I'm trying my best here. I need to have somebody else shoot this, but this is where you want to pin. So this muscle group, or this one. So the 3 right next to each other. I have all the names listed in my book, guys. Me trying to do the best I can showing you guys. I should have had somebody else. I'll go over injections one more time for you guys, but just trying to show you guys myself. That's the best place scenario. I'm going to have somebody else film for me so I can show you guys a little bit better. But those are the 3 muscle groups. I have those 3 listed in my book. But just showing you, they're right next to each other. The front outside, middle, and then the one right before the calf, which is the soleus muscle, I believe. Guys, says Spartan, stay safe, stay healthy. That's my injection protocol. And the thing is that the next best spot besides that is right dead center in the middle of the quad, pinning in the rectus femoris, I believe it is. All right, don't pin in the outer. You want to pin right in the dead center middle. And the reason for that is because you will create scar tissue, you will damage your striations. I did that in one of my quads. Maybe people are going to be upset with this video, but guys, I have pinned all over the entire body, and I've done things wrong, I've done things right. That's my experience. Do what you want, but bottom line, every other day or everyday injections, we're out.